Do you still engage in activities that most people gave up years ago? So if you're be one among the few individuals who genuinely 1 in a million as the Earth ages, frequently anticipates us to halt down our shrinkage return or settle. However, some people choose not to. They continue to arrive with interest, to heart and vitality, and they are not simply aging. They are included in this film that we will examine 8 noteworthy items that set an uncommon type of senior citizen. Aside from even some of these are still being done by you. You may not be aware of how remarkable actually these aren't about you. Gaining recognition or lifting large weights. They focus on the subdued strength of tenacity, compassion, and remaining completely surviving in a world that flies by. I remain in the present moment till the conclusion, as this is not merely a list. It serves as a reminder of what growth is all about. Elderly with grace, humor, and courage, and it could potentially alter your perspective. Now either you or a loved one, let's first things first. A hunger to maintain gaining knowledge about one of the most uncommon and having lovely qualities in an older person is a sincere interest that persisted throughout. Many people gradually cease looking for fresh information or experiences when they get older. Those who never stop reading and asking questions, new novels that examine concepts, or even taking up new pastimes is not the same as they both possess the same spark. Kids have when they inquire as to why the truth and everything are maintaining that. It takes strength to keep a spark alive, not only interest. There's a strong force about deciding to continue studying when someone expects you to do something, you don't a job, school, or grade you're achieving. Take it for yourself, and the world will know. You remain open, continue to grow, and still open to this kind of surprise of mentality, frequently manifests in subtle ways. Perhaps you're the type of someone who learns about subjects you've never had time to. Perhaps you might ask for when you were younger, your grandchildren, about the new developments. They are learning more than simply how to be courteous, but because you're sincerely curious, or perhaps you've started a new hobby, completely a language app and painting class, even gardening methods that you've never attempted previously, such as George. He has been 74 for the majority of his life. Worked with his hands to construct and fix things. Although things remained busy after retirement, he became interested in the stars he purchased. A second-hand telescope, began to observe space-related documentaries, and even joined an astronomy club in his community. And he frequently states, "I think I know more about the cosmos now compared to when I was in my 30s. Such happiness doesn't originate from habit, it originates from remaining inquisitive, and not only mentally satisfying. Research has revealed that older adults who maintain an active mind typically possess improved emotional intelligence and a keener memory, well-being, and even more robust social networks. Learning keeps you interested because it reminds you your finest days of exploration are not in your rear. They're still occurring when someone is seen by the world more than 70 posing queries and attempting new items or altering their opinions in light of something they discovered that is remarkable, but due to the fact that elderly persons are unable of, since many are conveyed in nuanced ways, that they have finished growing, but you haven't. You're still interested and keeping up. Your uniqueness makes you a unique and lovely exception. A world treasure too frequently overlooks how brilliantly. Number 2, older brains can still be brilliant. Stability of emotions under stress. One more indication that you are a 1 in a million. The type of person you are if, at your age, you have learned to maintain composure. Even when life becomes chaotic, emotional stability is more than simply suppressing anger or remaining silent. Helps you develop an inner. When others sense your calmness, it signifies you don't readily get shook, and you don't allow minor issues to escalate into major storms. Such authority does not originate from being heartless or frigid, which originates from having seen, experienced, and felt enough sufficient to understand that most things don't require a response after going through the ups and downs, most likely multiple times, and you've discovered over time which feelings are valuable to communicate and which think about those that are better left behind. How uncommon that is in the modern world. So many individuals, both young and elderly, are eager to panic, overreact, or burst. But when you enter a space and provide stability, people notice it makes noise instead of they feel secure knowing you're not merely responding, you're helping people navigate life. Such individuals frequently become the silent anchoring within their communities or families. They are the ones that people turn to when something goes wrong. They fail to provide ostentatious counsel or flamboyant views. They pay attention, nod, and assist others. Just being there makes it a bit easier to breathe. Look at someone as old as Lillian, 80. According to her family, she never raises her even at stressful holiday dinners or health concerns. She doesn't have strong feelings. Although she answers rather than reacting, she takes a breath, takes stock of the situation, and then speaks in a composed manner. And because people naturally congregate around that, the room is calmed by her presence before. She even uses a phrase like this: being emotionally mature has more advantages than others. It also brings you tranquility. When you stop feeling the urge to win, every argument governs all results or pursuits. Every emotion you release creates internal space, yourself for a better outcome, viewpoint, even satisfaction. And at this the time in your life when tranquility is something you don't need but have earned. You don't need turmoil to feel alive. You feel significant because you've previously demonstrated you and your steadfastness are now one. One of your best qualities, if you're continuing to view this video and discovering these observations are insightful, please leave a comment. Number 2 down below to inform me of you're here. And in case you haven't signed up yet, I advise you to sign up and activate the bell to ensure that you don't miss any of your support. Enables us to keep producing quality material to educate and motivate you right now. Let's proceed to the third day of the week. Physical activity. If you're 65 years of age or older and continue moving your body every day at the age of 8, you're doing something every single day exceptional. Regardless of whether it's a stroll around the block in the morning, stretches gently after breakfast, or taking care of your garden is important because you're picking motion instead of silence, and that decision say a lot. It's simple at this point in life, occasionally even anticipated to slow down. A lot of people adopt a sedentary lifestyle, routinely believing that stiffness or exhaustion are simply a part of the situation. And while regular rest has its place, one of the most potent is movement, actions you may take to protect your health, self-assurance, and independence. You don't have to keep active to participate in a gym or adhere to a rigid schedule. Consistency is what distinguishes you. The silent discipline of attending yourself, even if no one else is around. And the advantages are not limited to physical. Your balance is improved by muscle training. Therefore, it gets better, and you're less likely to tumble. Circulation, digestion, and sleep. It maintains your muscles and joints are flexible, involved, and it sends more than anything else a reminder that I'm still here. And I continue to believe that the message is important. John is more than most people realize. He is 79 years old and doesn't run marathons, but rain or sunny, he walks up every morning. After 10 times down his driveway, he leans his legs out on the porch railing. He performs a few mild workouts in the kitchen with soup cans, and due to those little inclinations, he prepares his own meals and lives on his own, and quips that his legs had become stronger. Then something happened when he was 50, incredibly uplifting, about movement, keeping you in sync with the world around you, keeps you grounded in the here and now. And when people notice that you're staying active, not for vanity, yet it serves as a reminder of energy. What can be done? And let's not overlook the moving your body has an emotional component. Often elevates your mood and reduces anxiety and makes you feel like you've accomplished something. Even a quick stroll might help you decompress, methods that sitting motionless could never. If you're still deciding not to move, walking, lifting, reaching, or stretching, you're not just protecting your health, respecting your body, and delivering a strong but subdued statement. I still try and I still show up because I still care. And you are an extraordinary number because of it. 4. Sincere curiosity about other people's, either in your late 60s, early 70s, or even in your 80s, you continue to take a genuine curiosity about other people's lives of duty, but from a position of genuine care. You belong to a select few. As people age, they naturally start. It makes sense to turn inward. Life slows down, energy is lost, and piles up, changes. But when a person your age still appears interested in others and inquires about how they are paying close attention, recalling minor information that aren't simply being considerate, is remarkable. Interest in other people is not about offering guidance or resolving their issues. It's about being there and witnessing someone who is actually observing them and creating. Make them feel important, and in a world that is frequently preoccupied with self-centered, such attention is a gift. There's a profound human element to it. You may ask a younger person to sit with you, them regarding their work, their children, and visions free from criticism or obligation to. You don't compare it to your own time, to be current on everything in order to connect. All you have to do is care. When it's genuine, it's always in vogue. Individuals such as these, who bring warmth into every encounter, frequently builds trust, not because they are the most talkative, but since humans are the ones who feel safer because they don't bother. Don't make every story your own. They just listen, and as a result, people become more open and consider. Someone like Ruth, 83, makes a weekly appearance at church. Point to ask just one individual about their week, and she hears it as if it were the world's most significant discussion. People recall that they can recall how she gives them a sense of being heard, and many, they only feel that way once a week. Really observe that this isn't about being extroverted or constantly sociable. Is about keeping a heart that continues to reach externally, despite the years that have passed, the mourns, the shifts, and the moments when individuals feel that from you, they remember. Might not say it aloud all the time, but I am aware that this individual sees me. If you're still viewing this, you appreciate me. Watching the video and discovering these insights, important. Kindly respond to the fourth comment below to inform me of your presence. And if you haven't already, I suggest you activate the bell and subscribe, so you never miss a support video. Helps us keep producing high-quality content to educate and motivate you. Now, let's proceed. Number 5 forward is steady and light. Ability to laugh while maintaining a sense of humor, particularly at oneself, is an amazing after the age of 65. And if you've maintained that gift alive, which says a lot about you, resiliency, viewpoint, and effective strength. Since at this point in life, you've probably had your fair share of hardship you've witnessed, folks go through, you've lost important items, but you are still capable of cracking and smiling. A joke that still makes you chuckle at life's ironies, of such sort, aren't funny. It's not necessary to be ostentatious or noisy. The focal point, it's something warmer laughter when things don't go according to plan, and when your body aches. Smile, giving someone a wink as they get out of bed. Something said by a younger person recalls you of your own initial errors. It's amusing that raises the room without having any control over it. What makes this unique is that it shows how you've developed your ability to carry. You don't become mired in resentment in life. You're not overly serious about yourself. You are aware that happiness and sadness coexist alongside, and rather than acting, everything is flawless, because you've mastered dance with the mess in this manner. Is infectious to others who observe someone older people laughing without sarcasm or cynicism, but with sincere happiness. It permits them to carry out the same action. Shows kids that growing older doesn't have to imply emotional shutdown. It can imply becoming much more accessible to someone's sweetness and silliness in life. For instance, Clarence, 78, is a prime illustration. When he gets up, his knees start to creak. His hearing has deteriorated, and he frequently loses his spectacles, even when they are perched directly above his head. But each time that occurs, he chuckles instead of frustrated, but with a gleam in it. I suppose it keeps things in his eye. He claims it's interesting, and everyone else agrees. That kind of approach makes him smile as well. Not only makes you feel better, but makes everyone else feel lighter. Creates connections between generations. Reduces stress during trying times, and it demonstrates how a good laugh truly is medication, particularly in relation to from someone with enough life experience to understand what counts. Therefore, if you continue to laugh frequently, still appreciate a good joke, and continue to observe the moments in life as something to be happy that you're taking action, seldom do you keep your heart open, and that's among the most obvious indications of someone who has not only grown older, but also sixth-age smart, giving without requiring acknowledgement. If you're in your later and continuing to assist others silently, not anticipating attention, praise or anything else in exchange, you are genuinely unique jewel in a world when so many numerous acts of kindness are aired for enjoys the calm giver's care and warmth. The individual who brings over, shines out when someone is ill, who provides a soup, transport a neighbor, who forgets a few things, giving money to a person in need, without ever having to bring it up that way. Generosity has a profound impact on the world. Rarely sees you anymore. You're not taking this action to enhance your reputation. You're carrying out the action because it feels natural, because you recall the experience of battle, because you continue to have faith in generosity, even when no one is looking. And maybe the reason it's so lovely is things you've probably lived your entire life, providing for the upbringing of children, and aiding a husband, assisting friends with volunteer work, your neighborhood. But as of right now, you haven't kept your heart shut and didn't say, I've done enough. You continue to search for methods to alleviate another person's burden, even when you've carried so much on your own shoulders. Such individuals possess a silent strength. They can make an impression without a stage. They don't keep score or count favors. They just give and leave after a while. Following their departure from the chamber, their generosity lives in the warmth they left behind. They provided assistance behind the scenes. They made a no-obligation offer. Nancy, 76, for example, bakes pies weekly for a person she knows is going through a difficult period, yet she never informs them that she simply presses the doorbell, walks away from the pie on the porch. I don't need them to know, she says, walking away. I'm saying it because I just want them to feel taken care of, which is what makes her so. Her generosity doesn't have to be exceptional. Observe that it simply must be, and research demonstrates something exceptional. For those who, giving in this manner, frequently results in a deeper feeling of fulfillment and significance, and emotional health. Since providing brings you closer to something bigger, then it serves as a reminder to yourself that your life has repercussions, that you can still brighten someone's day, even a tiny motion. So if you're still displaying up for those who continue to write cards or still phoning to check in, giving in small, considerate ways, a member of a class of people that is vanishing. Those that give just because they want to, and that is a unique, lovely, and extremely necessary. If you're still watching this film, and discovering these revelations, important, kindly leave a comment at number 6 below to inform me of your presence and whether I suggest you, if you haven't subscribed yet, turn on the bell and subscribe so you don't overlook any footage. Your assistance is invaluable. Us keep producing quality information to educate and motivate you. Then let's go. Forward. Number 7, selecting your mindset each day while continuing to take accountability for your own fulfillment. At this phase of life is not something to take lightly. It's among the most obvious indications that you've become wiser, in addition to older, since you've most likely had more by now than your fair share of difficult days. Perhaps you have lost loved ones. Your body no longer cooperates as it once did. Perhaps life didn't go as planned. Even though you planned, you still wake up and decide how you want to approach the day. Such a worldview is not derived from denial, originates from depth, and signifies you've experienced enough life to know that even if you might not be in charge of what occurred, you always get to choose how you react, and many individuals never do that. Totally master the expression, I can't alter this circumstance, but I am able to. The way I navigate it is really uncommon, and when people still see you, grinning, laughing,
and still figuring brightness, even in the midst of a weighty world. Though they don't always express it, they feel inspired by it. Doesn't imply that you never experience fear, frustration, or grief. It indicates that you don't allow those feelings to own you, for whom you have ceased to wait. Ideal circumstances for feeling calm. You've learned to carry peace instead, within you, and carry it with you everywhere. Let's discuss Earl's age of 82. He opens the window each morning and looks outdoors and declares, "Today is a gift." Even when it's raining, he still means it. Even if he doesn't have any significant strategies for the day, his disposition isn't. He chooses to fake cheer because it's a habit, constructed one morning at a time, which is the power of perspective, which maintains your life when the world attempts to reduce it, and it serves as a reminder of everyone that happiness isn't something you've been waiting for. You influence, even in tiny ways. Therefore, if you continue to wake up every day and choosing thankfulness over resentment, kindness in place of fear, hope instead of complaint, you're taking action. Strong, you're taking the lead. You're exhibiting bravery, and you're demonstrating that getting older doesn't diminish your having the option to select it increases its number. A wonder-filled heart. Thank you if you still pause at your age to feel touched by a piece while admiring the sky, favorite music, or cry over a certain gesture. You are something really uncommon, retaining an air of amazement and thankfulness despite the years. Everything that has happened to you throughout life is one among the most exquisite indications of a well-lived soul. Since, let's face it, life has a way of draining individuals. As we age, we experience more losses, carry the more setbacks we experience, the more we understand how to protect our hearts. Some become numb, while many become resentful, yet a very few people actually open up. Observe the environment with gentle eyes, rather than difficult ones. They are nevertheless thrilled by they still express gratitude for little things, things that other people consider to be normal, such as is not about acting gullible or naive. It's about everything being flawless. Choose to look at what is still good about allowing yourself to be happy, even when it requires heart and insight to think of a person like Helen, who has lived to be 85, through personal tragedy and war. Nevertheless, she whispers every morning, saying thank you, as the light shines on her kitchen window, exactly as she still phones her daughter, following a satisfying meal. In order to express how tasty everything was, she notes the names of the birds. She observes, "I never want to stop in her backyard." Observing, she remarks, "And that's straightforward." Perhaps one of the most sage phrases teachings that anyone could impart. This kind of thankfulness doesn't only it keeps your spirits up and makes your day nicer. It keeps your eyes wide open while you're young. The beauty that remains in your surroundings, and it warms the hearts of everybody around it. Because being in the company of someone who genuinely values life and serves as a reminder to enjoy it as well. So if you're still in awe at the globe, if you're thankful, or not only for the significant events, but for the little ones, you're not simply becoming older. You are ripening and deepening, become one of the few individuals who show that the heart can still function after age 70. Continue to get softer, wiser, and more vibrant, and that makes you genuinely unique. Last thoughts of Emilian Surani Kernans, as we conclude and pause to reflect regarding what you just learned. How many people possess these 8 unique qualities within yourself, even if it's only 1 or 2 is a cause for pride, due to the fact that staying with curiosity, kindness, mobility, and significance, not something that everyone does beyond age 65, accomplishes, but you do. So that makes, perhaps you're not a 1 in a million jewel. It's said frequently enough, yet individuals observe how they sense your warmth. Keep in mind that people respect your composure, still give, still laugh, still care, grow, even if you're not aware of it. You're providing an illustration that younger folks silently admire. This isn't about being flawless, but rather about being present, is about making the decision to not just live long, but live well. And if you've reached this point in the video, you're probably performing better than you believe. You've clung to items that genuinely important and let go of anything. Don't you think that's more than just aging? Wisdom, we appreciate you being here with us today. We would be delighted if you could leave a remark below and share something you discovered today and how you intend to apply it. Your thoughts are significant in your life to us, so please share them without hesitation. Reading your feedback provides us with excellent inspiration and support. I thought this movie was entertaining and useful. Please share, like, and subscribe. Support enables us to keep producing quality stuff to educate and motivate you. Many thanks for viewing, and we anticipate I'll see you in the upcoming video.